Hey ladies, I'm really excited to be doing this video today. This is a little different than what you will typically see on my content, but I'm going to start doing more of them like this. This is something that actually sits within the collective. I have a lot of instructional micro sessions within the collective. There are 3 to 5 a week that go out, and I've taken this and repurposed it to do a quick-ish overview to share with you one of the AI systems that I use for lead generation, prospect management, and the software that I use as well. So hopefully this is helpful to you. I've been having a lot of conversations with women who are trying to grow their business, and frankly, they're overwhelmed with all of the AI tools out there, all of the opportunities out there. It can become daunting and actually cost us our time. And so my goal here is to simply share with you what I do, make things simple and systemized, and hopefully it will help you grow. So let's go ahead and just jump right in. Quick disclaimer before we get started, I do not edit my videos. So if you watch me, I don't go back, I don't cut things out. So I will fumble over my words. It's a little entertainment for you, but I truly believe in the authenticity piece of providing value and information to you as much and as quickly as possible. And this is one of the ways that I do that. And it also allows you to see a little bit of my personality as well, and really helps me internally with my perfectionism. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right in. So what I'm finding with these conversations with women that I work with who are building their businesses is that most of them are doing outreach completely backwards. And here's what I mean. They're sending cold messages, they have generic pitches, they have surface level emails, and they wonder why they're not getting results. But here's the reality. Before I ever reach out to a company, a founder, or an executive, I want to understand them. I want to know what they do, what they value, what they're building, and what actually matters to them. And that's exactly why I use Manus AI. It helps me research companies faster, more effectively, smarter, and strategically. So I stop wasting time on that back work, and I can put that time into building meaningful conversations. So with that, here's why most outreach fails. It's not because people aren't doing the right things. It's because they're underprepared. And here's what I mean. They're sending generic messages. There's surface level research that they're doing. They're reaching the wrong contacts. It's bad timing for their prospects, and there's no personalization. And today, honestly, if your research feels random, your results are going to be random too. Better outreach doesn't start with better messaging. It starts with better intelligence. So we need to make a shift here. And the shift that I made is I stopped thinking of outreach like pitching. When you think about pitching 15, 20 years ago, 10 years ago even, it was very, very different. So what I have to do today and what I started doing is I started thinking about it like strategic alignment. So before I ever contact someone, I want to know, what do they actually do? What do they care about? What are they building right now? What do they publicly stand for? And who makes decisions? Because this relevance really changes things. When people feel understood, you stop sounding like noise and you start looking like value that you truly are, that you can add to them and their organization. And so this is where Manus AI becomes very, very powerful. Instead of spending my time bouncing between all of these different platforms, you can see I listed them here, doing research. I use Manus as a strategic research assistant to help me navigate this part. It helps me consolidate information, organize thoughts, find patterns, identify opportunities, and then prioritize them, and then start drafting that outreach. This is not about replacing your work. It's about eliminating wasted work and preserving your time for what you love most, what you do well, and how you can truly use your skill sets to add value and become the woman that you know you're capable of being. And so with that, here's why I use Manus. I know there's a lot of other tools out there. Claude is one which is more copy oriented. And so that's not what I'm looking for here. I have used chat in the past, and the problem with chat is I had to keep going back and refining those prompts. So it really was getting frustrating for me. But I personally use Manus. You could probably use those other tools. Go for it if you want to. Actually, let me know how they work for you, because I know things are always getting updated. So I would love to actually hear from you if you use something that works better. But I use Manus because I want better structure. I want better synthesis, and I want better business intelligence. And Manus does those things very well. I'm not just looking for random facts. I'm looking for strategic clarity here because I want one system that is very simple, that helps me move faster, think better, and prepare smarter without being overly complicated, because it's so easy to fall down those rabbit holes of AI today. So more information doesn't always equal better decisions. Better decision making does. So I like simple and I like systems. So I'm going to go through my system that I use. You will see prompts here. Go ahead and copy them, jot them down, and feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to walk you through any of this as well after you complete this video if you have any additional questions. So the first step in my system that I use is the company foundation. I want to understand the company. So before I reach out, I research their mission, their vision, their services, their leadership priorities, their industry position. I want to know who they are, what they stand for, and where they're going, because you should know the business before you ever contact the business. That's going to give you trust and credibility right up front when you start those conversations. It's going to make them feel like they're already connected to you and they know a little bit about you when you can spit that stuff back out to them. Step 2 is what's happening right now for them. This is where timing becomes very strategic. I look for recent growth, acquisitions, partnerships, expansions, press releases, community involvement, because current context, it really matters. So for example, if a company is expanding, that matters. It's probably not the right time to become a new provider for them. If they're investing in people, that matters, because it actually might be a very good time for someone like myself to start that conversation with them. Like if, for example, working with women in leadership teams, if they're investing in their people actively, there's an open door right there. And that timing is probably good. If this company or person is shifting priorities, that matters. There may be so much going on that reaching out timing wise from that perspective may be overwhelming, and you're going to get kind of pushed to the side. So timing and relevance really increase response. And by researching these things with Manus, we're able to kind of piece part together this puzzle to determine what is the best timing to reach out to these prospects. So then after we take a look at what is currently happening for them, I go deeper. Step 3 of the system that I use is their values and philanthropy. So what do they publicly stand for? This matters because value creates connection. And I'm a person where I love philanthropic events, giving back. It's something I'm very passionate about. I want to build a foundation one day, and I have the groundwork going for that to be able to give back more. But I like to research the philanthropy of companies, community efforts, employee wellness, leadership priorities, and social causes. Because when your outreach aligns with what they actually care about, it becomes far more powerful. And again, you build another level of trust. And Manus can help you scour the internet for all of these things. So we're starting to accumulate all of this information. I've got the prompts here, so make sure you're copying those down. But then we're going to take this and we're going to take it to a different perspective. So after we have this information, we have to find out who actually matters. And this is where people waste the most time, because they message random people. Well, I don't. I identify the strategic point person that I need to speak with, and Manus can do this for me. So for example, I know for a woman who is a business owner or founder, that's who I'm looking for, the founder or CEO of a small to mid-sized company, some larger as well. But if I am looking for leadership teams, women who are growing within their company, I look for maybe an HR person, a VP of people, a wellness director, or a learning and development person. So the person that you need to speak with is different depending on the service or product you are providing. So the goal here is simple. Stop talking to everyone and start talking to the right person. So have Manus find this person for you. Our next step takes us a step further, a little bit deeper. So step 5 is, it's really one of the most overlooked steps, but research that human behind the title, the one that you just found. So I want to know, what are they posting about? What do they care about? What do they prioritize? And how do they lead? because this doesn't always align with the business. This can be a little bit different. So ways to do that are through LinkedIn, podcasts, articles, and interviews. And this helps me understand how they think. Manus can find all of this information for us in a very time effective and efficient manner. People respond better when they feel seen, and by knowing these things you can relate to them, and that cold lead turns warm very quickly. So we've had a lot of information that we've been gathering, and Manus is doing all of this. I am not doing any of this at this point. I'm simply putting in those prompts that you've seen. After we acquire all of this information, this is kind of my favorite part because I'm a type A person, but this is where we build the table. I organize everything. Well, I have Manus do this for me. This is where strategy becomes execution, and I create an outreach intelligence table with all of these headings that you see here. And this becomes my real pipeline. It's not random leads anymore. It's not scattered notes. It's very organized, and I turn it into a strategic system. And this allows me to prioritize, which is probably one of the most important pieces after we acquire all of this knowledge, because this is another major shift. Not every lead or prospect deserves equal energy. It has to be prioritized. And so these are the three buckets, if you will, that I put my leads into: priority 1, 2, and 3. So priority 1, that's where there's strong alignment. There's a good chance that I can provide the services they're looking for, and the timing is right for those services that they need. There's high access, there's current relevance for them. And so that's where I'm going to spend most of my time. And my action plan is different for priority 1 versus 2 and 3. Priority 2, it's a good fit, but slower timing. Maybe they have some other things going on. It's not quite the time. They don't have the funding, some of those pieces. And then priority 3 is a longer term nurturing bucket that they go in. And so again, this is a different level of outreach that I will have towards them. So when the timing is right, maybe a year from now, 18 months from now, when they do need those services, they know where to come, and I've not been that annoying salesperson for them. So this protects my time along with theirs, because strategy is not just about what you do. It's also about what you don't waste time on. And people really are appreciative of that. So again, I tell Manus to take that table, put a prompt in, and have them prioritize into these buckets, giving all of the details of what prospects need to go where. After this, I have Manus help me draft. They draft messages, but this part really matters because I never copy and paste ever. I use AI for speed, and then I humanize it. I refine it. I just adjust the tone, and I add authenticity to it. I put my personal touch on it. AI gives me leverage, but that trust, that authenticity and relationship, that still comes from me. And here's my non-negotiable rule that I really, really abide by. And this is important. AI should never replace human connection. For me, AI should reduce my wasted time, improve my preparation and productivity, increase clarity, strengthen precision. But authenticity, that's still my job, and it's still your job to connect and be authentic. Because automation might get attention, it might build those numbers and pipelines, but trust builds relationships, and relationships are what convert. So next, after we have that, I just want to share this because it's very helpful to me. It might be helpful to you as well, but I do study a lot of high level operators, and this is one of the biggest takeaways that I have learned with clients that I've worked with as well. Leverage really matters. So as you're exploring AI and how it can help you with leads, or if you use Manus and use my system, that would be great. But if you think about it, the smartest builders are not just asking how I work harder. They're asking, how do I remove wasted effort, improve my quality, and scale smarter? That's exactly why I use Manus, because it helps me compress hours of research. You can see the list I put there. It's really not about replacing effort. It's about applying effort where it matters most, using my skills that I can help people move forward most. Smart systems create leverage, and that's why I am so huge on systems. And again, I'm going to start posting more systems that I use on my YouTube channel and my social, so watch for that. But also, Better leverage creates better outcomes that are more predictable. So with that, you can use the system in a lot of different ways. I've listed some here, and this list is not exhaustive, but this is bigger than outreach. This is really about strategic positioning, because better research creates better rooms and opportunities, along with outcomes for you and your business as you're looking to grow. So take this, and I really want to challenge you to choose 10 different companies or individuals or podcasts or whatever it is you're looking to grow, and do these things for those 10 companies or whatever that alternative is for you. Study their social, build their table, draft smarter outreach, and have Manus or another AI do it for you, because this makes it into less of a guessing game. You're building a pipeline, you're building strategy, and you have intent as you build this out. And so, with that, here's the bottom line: stop reaching out blindly. Research deeper, position smarter, build stronger, and lead better, ladies. Because when you understand people before you approach them, you stop sounding like noise and like everyone else, and you start looking like the value that you truly are. So, if you are building something meaningful, there we go. If you're building something meaningful, whether it be a business, a brand, a career, or a bigger vision, as you're looking to refine the woman that you are, become her, the woman that you know you are truly capable of being, stop relying on random effort. Start building and implementing smarter systems with consistency. Use AI like this for intelligence, use strategy for positioning, and use authenticity for real connection, because the goal is not just to work harder, it's to operate smarter. So if you want more systems, strategy, and practical ways to build at a higher level, I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, because like I said, I'm going to throw more of this content out there. I'll keep breaking down tools, frameworks, and strategies that actually create leverage for you to move that needle forward. And if you are a woman focused on building personally and professionally, I want to invite you to the Become Her Collective. I'll drop the link in the description of this, but it's a great platform. It's a growth-oriented platform that is faith-based. It's for women who are building, who aspire to be that woman they know they are truly capable of being. And inside the collective, you get the weekly standard room. You get networking every other week with the ladies in this community. You get monthly Q&A sessions, a prayer and alignment meeting every week, and then you also get 3 to 5 mini or micro sessions a week. This would be an example of one, but I've gone into these in much greater detail within the collective. So join that. Would love to have you there, help you grow. But in the meantime, build smarter, lead better, build, believe, and become, ladies.